Hey everybody, Roger here. This is a kind of a quick guide for the upcoming tournament, the Cinco De Mayo tournament, and it'll be played over 3 courses: the Milano, the Sunshine Glade, and the Oasis. I just finished Okay. Like I was saying, I just finished this morning maxing out Tour 6 with this set of clubs. Level 6 quarterback, level 7 Viper, level 7 backbone, level 2 thorn, level 7 dart, level 7 machete, and level 4 Malibu. Now, in this upcoming tournament with the 3 different courses, you have the Milano. The first hole is a par 4. Not what I want. Quick, go here. Sit bot. There you go. Come on. Yeah. Okay. Okay, this is the hole that we'll be starting on. There's a lot of different options you have with this hole. Like I said, I think for newer players where accuracy is a big issue, the extra mile is really it's not a good choice of a club. Especially if you follow this black line, you have a chance to put it into that bunker in front, because you're not going to land there where that black line shows. That's where you're going to end up. You're going to hit in front of that bunker or to the side of the bunker. That's why I recommend the quarterback, at least a level 6. You can even use the rocket on this hole. It's a par 4. You don't need the extra mile for this hole. If you even have a level 1 rock, is a better option on this hole, because you want to follow that black line. You're going to land in front of that bunker in where the shade is on the tree, and then you're going to finish up where the black dot is, and then from there you're just going to be using either your thorn into the green if you have it, or any of your short irons. So that is the way in the club you want to use for that particular hole. The second hole is the par 3 on the Milano. And I can go back 1 page here, and that'd be this hole. And again, for the rookie, you'll be using a long iron here. Either your Goliath or your backbone is probably going to be your best bet. You'll want to follow the black line. You'll probably want to use 3 bars of backspin on the shot. Try to line it up to the middle of that island there, that little fairway patch where the black dot is, and then adjust for the wind. But you will need nothing more than either your Goliath or your backbone for that hole. Hole 3 is on the Oasis course, and it is the par 5. And it is this par 5. Now, again, you can get away with using, if you have a level 6 quarterback or better, I would recommend using that for the accuracy. If you follow either line, either the white or the black, my guess is the wind will be in a way to favor using the black route. You'll bounce it where the first dot is and should end up where the second dot is. Just with, like I said, your quarterback at a level 6 or better, just use the 3 top spin and you'll be just fine. The white line is a little riskier, but it is also a good way to play, especially if you can use the quarterback. You can put a lot of side spin and curl and run it to there. The only thing I would do different is on the second shot, I would play it to the right side of that bunker, not the left side. But that is just my personal preference. For your second shot, going on the black, you're going to probably want one of 3 clubs. Either any level big dog would be my last choice. Hammerhead level 2 or better would be my first choice. The Viper level 4 or better would be my second choice, and then any big dog you have. All 3 clubs will reach from that position. You'll be bouncing just in front. That black line is a little bit longer than it's going to go. You're going to kind of hit about halfway between the bunker and where the fairway is and the green. You're going to hit about halfway in between there. You're going to need about, depending upon the direction of the wind, you'll probably need to put a little bit of backspin on there, maybe 2 to 4 bars, I said, depending upon the wind. But those are the 2 clubs you're going to need for that hole, basically. The next hole is your Sunshine Glade, the par 4. Now this one, go back, touchdown, Sunshine Glade. Sunshine Glade, thank you. Par 4. Oh, there's no animation on this one. Okay. I recommend on this hole using a quarterback, or even quarterback or the rock. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to play it. Like if you look at the bunker just before the green there, where it kind of humps up, get a little hump in there, you want to land it right in that area with left curl, and depending upon the wind, if you have a tailwind, use 1 bar of backspin. If you have headwind, you're going to have to use topspin. But you curl it in, and it'll hit there, and with all that curl, you can even go using a marlin ball to put a little bit of extra left spin on it, but it'll bounce, and it should go over the top of the bunker and roll onto the green, and at worst it'll roll to the back edge of the green onto the fairway still. So really you only need 1 club minus your wedge, which is a personal preference, so I don't do anything with that. But yeah, I would not even bring the extra mile to this hole at all. unless you have an extra mile 7. Otherwise, your target, your bullseye, is going to run from the water on the left through all the rough and into the bunker. That's going to be your whole target area. One miss hit, you know, you're in trouble. With the quarterback at level 6, it's going to fill up just maybe from the rough to the edge of the bunker. Very little area, so you can afford a miss hit on that hole. Hole 5, Sunshine Glades. Par 5. It is this par 5 here. Now this one here, again, I wish they had animation for this one. If the wind is, which I'm guessing they're going to have a tailwind, if that is the case, you're going to want to play it to the left side. Anything above a quarterback 6, any extra mile, would be my two choices. Like I said, depending upon the wind, if they have enough tailwind, if there is tailwind, you want to go to the left and just hit it as hard with all the topspin you have on it. Don't overpower too much. You can, depending upon the level of your extra mile, you might want to overpower maybe a little bit if you want, but you're going to want to bounce it. Looking at this picture, and I would say, maybe about a ½ inch up from that last tree shadow. If you go up, about a ½ inch on this picture that I'm looking at, almost about the middle there, that's where your ball should land, and you should safely be able to bounce over to the fairway, the next fairway, leaving you a nice, easy, long iron, with your backbone, Goliath, Saturn, whatever, to the green. If there's any type of side wind or headwind, I would suggest going to the right and playing it short into the, if you're looking at like the U on the right side on the U of that part, and then go from there. You'll have to use a long iron or your wood again then to make it all the way up to the green. Again, big dog, hammerhead, viper are probably your three choices that you're going to want to use. But that is the easiest way to play this particular hole. Hole 6, Sunshine Glade, the par 3. Okay, this is a little trickier hole. This one is a little bit tricky. Come on. There we go. Oh, this one has the animation. Okay. Now, me, I don't like playing it that far up. Again, here you're going to want your at least a level 4 Viper, at least your level 2 Hammerhead, or a big dog. I like playing it just shorter that point, maybe about halfway down that where the black line ends to. If you draw a line back about halfway through that bunker, play it there with about 2 or 3 backspin, depending upon the wind. Play some curl like it shows, but you want to bounce your ball. You want to land shorter than that, so your second hop goes just past the end of that bunker, but before the green. You want it to hit the fairway, preferably your second hop, or the fringe. You don't want it to land on the green, unless you're going to be using a Guardian, which is not a good idea to put that much backspin on. If you happen to have 160, trying to think if you're going to want to use a sniper, even a level 1 sniper is a possibility. That has no backspin or no topspin for level 1 or 2, I believe. So it's not a safe option. So that would be how I would play that hole. Hole 7, Oasis, par 4. Now this one, Oasis, par 4. Tap. Nope, okay. So here, depending upon the wind, this might be the only hole that I recommend using the extra mile on in the rookie. Because you do have to make sure you hop it to that second fairway. And as it goes uphill, that section of rough between the two bunkers, that's an uphill incline. So you need to play full topspin. I would not recommend overpowering it too much. If it looks like you can use a basic ball or a marlin, depending upon the wind, if it looks like you're going to end up short, jump up a ball. Go up to a navigator or a quasar. It'll give you another 6 yards so you don't have to overpower. If you end up hitting in the rough or in either one of those two bunkers, you're looking at par automatic. You're not going to make, if you're just starting out, you don't have the clubs from those two, in that position, either bunker or the rough there, to make it onto the green. You're going to have to lay up to the end of the second fairway and then try to get on your third shot. So, speaking of your second shot now, your first shot, like I said, ideally you want to get over that rough and between the bunkers onto that second fairway position. Now again, from there, you're going to want to use a level 2 hammerhead, a level 4 viper, or your big dog. Pretty much in that order. I would pick them in that order. You'll play to the third fairway section. You want to play it right to the end, hop it over into the rough facing in front of the green, and slowly roll it on. So you can use topspin and not backspin. If you get far enough down on the second fairway near the end, you can eliminate the third fairway and hit it directly onto the rough with topspin to roll it onto the green. I'd only recommend that with the Viper and the Hammerhead. A Viper 4 has a 51 accuracy. The Hammerhead 2 is 83. Big Dog is going to be less than 40. So the Viper is going to be, for every 2 miles an hour of wind, is going to be 1 ring. Easy adjustment. The Hammerhead, the winds are going to be probably less than 5 miles an hour, so you're going to have probably no more than a 3-ring adjustment either way. So it's a very safe shot to take in that situation. The next hole is the par 3 Oasis. Oops, it's this one here. Here we go. Okay. Let's scoot this up a little bit. What you're going to do, there are two sets of islands here. My suggestion is either the backbone or your big dog, or not big dog, backbone, Goliath, excuse me. I prefer the backbone. It's a Again, it's an accuracy issue. It's an accuracy issue for me. Again, this is depending upon the wind. If there's tailwind, and at the rookie level, it's not that going to be that high. So it's just going to be, it's more of a, it's a helpful wind. Especially if you're using, in this situation, if you even use your Saturn, it'll give you just a little bit extra length with the tailwind. With a headwind, it allows you to get a little more aggressive on your shot. But I do prefer to play it on the right side. And what I like to do is play it as up, as you can see here. You have that palm tree in the middle of the two little island fairways. If you can see where the longest point of that shadow is, closest to that pine or palm tree, that is roughly where you want to land your ball. You want to use about, like I said, depending upon the wind. If you have tailwind, you're going to use less. If you have headwind, you're going to use a little bit more. If you have tailwind, probably you don't need any topspin. But you might want to do just a little bit because you want to make sure that you're going to use curl. You're going to curl the ball to, when you pull the ball back, you're going to curl it to the left. You want it to come in, land at the end of that shadow, and it'll bounce over, and it'll follow the shape of that green on top, and it should roll over that hill and funnel right into the hole. If we have tailwind, you're going to use not as much. You don't need as much back or top spin, but you do need just a little bit for the momentum to get it up. There's a hill that runs about halfway through that green. You have to get over that hill. The other way is playing on the other island and bouncing it in front of the fairway. You kind of want to land it like right there and try to bounce it into this area and to roll up to the green. That's one way of doing it with your backbone or Goliath. Again, that is really wind dependent. If there's any kind of crosswind, you have to be very careful. If there's a tailwind, you can't aim too close to the rough here because you'll end up in the rough. If you play it too far back, you don't make the jump all the way over it. There is another option for a little bit more skilled players, if you prefer, if you want, is to play it right off the rough or even out of the sand with full topspin. Out of the sand, you play it full topspin and it jumps over and just kind of trickles in. Those are more advanced plays. For newer players, I don't recommend that. So there we go. The last hole is hole 9 on the Milano. Back to the Milano. And it's easier the 2 par 5s. It's this one here. And there we go. You are going to follow the black line. And again, chances are we're going to get a tailwind on this hole. So, again, I recommend for newer players, the quarterback, if you have it at level 6, is a perfectly fine club. You'll end up right in this area here. You don't have to hit it as far as that black line. If you use the extra mile, you have that you'll probably hit it about that far, but we'll end up like in here with the quarterback, with a basic ball or a marlin, and then you just use from there the Viper. Again, a level 2 hammerhead, level 4 Viper, your big dog, and a little bit of back depending upon the wind again. Odds are you're going to want to land it. If you look at the little red dot there, right about there, with a little bit of backspin, should trickle it right up to the hole without any problem. The thing you want to worry about is definitely going in the rough off the drive. If you end up on this side over here in the rough or the bunker, your only chance to play is here or to here, because you're not going to have the type of clubs to get you up to the green yet. If you land on this side, again, you're going to want to try to play into this area here for your third shot. So, that's all. That's the hole number 9. Let me switch back. Like I said, so I just finished closing out Tour 6, maxing it. I think I lost maybe a total of 5 games on Tour 6 using this setup here. As you can see, my quarterback is level 6. It's got 107 for power. It's got accuracy of 100, or 207 for the power. It's got 31 topspin, backspin, 3.8 on the ball guide. Compare that to my extra mile. I'm giving up roughly 20 yards of carry, but the accuracy is so much better that I can overpower my quarterback, full max power, and if I mishit it, if I hit a good shot, I'm still going to be within the same bullseye zone as an extra mile. Whereas if I hit an extra mile at a 7, even great, I am going to be 3 yards off my line when I land. And because it goes farther, on the second bounce, I'm probably going to be 5 to 6 yards off my center line. And on the next bounce, I'm probably going to be about 8 yards. So, depending on how the wind goes, that can put you in a lot of trouble. The dog, there's a Viper here, it's 25. He's got 7 more yards. It's got a lot more topspin. It hits it farther. That's so true. But here the accuracy is a 56. Well, it's 56 at level 7. And 25. It's twice as accurate. So you're looking at, actually it's more than twice as accurate, but in terms of a mishit, it's only about a half a yard. So at 25, each ring is worth 2.5 yards. Is a 2.5, whereas 56 is 1.9-ish. So it's about, a little over a half a yard difference on that. And it has a better ball guide, so you can see where it's going. And then again, the only other 2 clubs you're really probably going to need are the Goliath and the Backbone for the par 3s. And again, it's strictly an accuracy issue for me. Your other club, everything here on down, pick the best way. Now my claw is not a good club till it gets up to about level 8, so stick with the thorn to that point. You can use the Hornet
Okay.
if you want. How about? Thank you. The only difference is there's very little backspin, and trying to think on the par fours. On the first par four, you know, if you have at least 30 on your backspin, you're fine. You can pretty much do, you know, you can stop the ball pretty much within, if you have a 3 backspin and at least around 3 on the ball guide, your ball's going to run out roughly about a yard and a half after that third bounce with 3 backspin. So like a kingfisher is fine. If you don't have a thorn, use a kingfisher. The Apache, no, I wouldn't. Again, the wedge, it's all up to you. If I finish high enough in this tournament, I'll start upgrading my skewer. It becomes a little bit better club than the dart, but for the dart is a perfectly good club. Really, until you can get, you know, the Firefly isn't bad because there's a ball guide right off the bat, and you can do a lot of the top spin shot. Excuse me. Versus the boomerang, which gives you the backspin shot, but has no accuracy. Now here is one reason why I recommend using the quarterback, is the fact that my rough iron are bad. The machete is the best that I have. Now I just upgraded it just the other day, so it's finally got a little bit of power, but at least it's accurate now. I would recommend anyone off the bottom line, the off-roader, the Razor, the Amazon, or the Nirvana, over any of the ones off the top. But the Junglist, no accuracy. So it's, you know, once you get to machete level 7, both of these clubs, you know, really don't use. Get the machetes at, it's a very good club. You know, I mean, it's a good club if you don't have any of the other ones. When you get the off-roader, use that. Again, you don't want to overpower your rough irons. You don't want to overpower your sand wedges if you don't have to. So the more distance you can get, the better. And that includes topspin, because sometimes you're on a par 5, you're going to be in the rough off the tee, not near the green. That's where you're going to probably be in the rough more. So I suggest that. Here, my preferred sand wedge is the Sand Lizard. Except right now, it just doesn't have enough power. Even with the topspin, it doesn't have enough carry compared to the Malibu. So I will stick with the Malibu for now. So I think I upgrade it one more time, and then I may switch back over to the Sand Lizard then. So, all that. One other quick thing is when you're starting out, as you notice, I've got the runner, still at level 1. To me, it's one of the worst clubs in the game. You know, you're just as good as off using the beginner short iron versus the runner. Don't waste any coins upgrading the runner. In that fact, even the down in 1 and the Houdini, until you have, you know, millions of coins. I plan on playing in the pro tournament this time around. This time, Because I want to see, at least I'm going to try to qualify for the pro tournament. 100,000 a game. So I have just enough for if I wanted to, if I lost every match, I would be able to play all but 2 holes. If I didn't qualify Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, and finally qualified on Wednesday, lost all 9 holes each of those days, and then lost out on all 9 holes on the opening round, but still qualify for the weekend round, I could play 16 holes before I'd have 9,000 coins left. But by opening up my chest and things like that, I would have enough. So I'd probably be one game short of finishing out. You need about 750,000 coins to lose every match and to play all 3 rounds of qualifying, an opening round, and the weekend round. Clubs that I do like. You got the Rocket here. Now, even the Rocket on that first par 4, if you want, you could use that. It's got a great ball guide. Level 3 rock. Again, except for the Oasis par 4, you can use the rock on the Milano and Sunshine Glade because it's got enough curl that you're going to need. The rock again has enough curl, so you'll be fine. It's got enough backspin or topspin if you need it. Now if you have a Thor's hammer, that's a good club too. Doesn't have any curl though. That's the only problem. And Big Topper, no. Don't recommend it. The Milano, hole number 9, if you have a Big Topper and if there's tailwind, you could use that because you wouldn't have to overpower it. Even at a level 1, use full topspin, no overpowering, and you'll be just fine. But like I said, I prefer. See here, the hammerhead isn't. I mean, even here, really, a level 1 hammerhead is actually, except for the backspin, is a better club than a level 7 Viper. So, as I said, you want a level 2 because the backspin goes to 30. You get 170 on your power, and I believe the accuracy then goes up to 83, or the topspin might go up to 58. So that's why, that's a good club. You got a sniper here. Mine's a level 4, and outside of the accuracy, it's not. You might, like I said, I might recommend using this on the Sunshine Glades Par 3, but that would be about it. Well, in about 40 minutes, that's about it. I hope this helps. And if you want, I'd really appreciate it if you hit subscribe, hit like, and good luck in the tournament, and see you on the course.